One more time. Okay, parties the night before, Nachamol. Really, this does not seem like there's a makar lahalacha to be makel. Lamaisa, many people make parties. And Felder over here writes, seemingly maybe the reason is they're going with the opinion that it's a simcha, and therefore they're those that are makel. Why do we mention this? We mention this because if one were to be makel because they're having a bonfire and they're having music and whatnot, that's one thing. But one should certainly not just be listening to music for no reason the night before Lag BaOmer. So that's halacha number one, that if there's a party, a hilula, a bonfire with music, and hopefully it's a ruchnius endeavor, then there are paiskim, the Chashanim, Niskrelitz writes that as the mitzvah, one could be makel. But in general, just to listen to music at night, which again this year, like Boimer Sunday, such as use dates, Matzei Shabbos, that is inappropriate. But the question is, what about everything else? So in a normal year, Lag BaOmer starts Lag BaOmer in the daytime. When are you allowed to take haircuts and shave? So it's a big misconception. People think, oh, well, we're having a party the night before. That means we can get a haircut. No, the answer is absolutely not. And in a normal year, the first time you can get a haircut and shave is first thing in the morning. I shouldn't say really first thing in the morning because it's a different issue, just parenthetically, that before you daven Shachris, you're not supposed to be doing anything. You're not supposed to, so much so, the halacha says you're not even allowed to go and say hello to someone. Okay, so the paiskim are makel, you see someone to say good morning, to say good Shabbos, but to be Isaac in your asakav, in your things before you daven is inappropriate. This is where, of course, it comes from also not to eat before you daven, etc., etc. The paiskim actually discussed those who shave daily, on the way into work, which maybe is on the way into Shachris, can you shave on the way? In the cars, they want to say that maybe shaving in the car is not called doing your work. You're on the way to Shachris, you're in the car for 10 minutes, so you want to shave on the way? Okay, that's parenthetical. So that's in a normal year. The question is, this year like BaOmer on a Sunday, what about getting a haircut, shaving on Friday? So says the Rama already speaks this out explicitly. And like BaOmer on Sunday, noyhagin, we are noyeg lihistaper, to get haircuts b'yom vav. Why? Which is Friday. L'chavoid Shabbos. Which is the wording of the Ramah is actually very interesting. It sounds like it's not like there's a kula. Like if you want, it sounds like this is the minog l'kavoid Shabbos kodesh, to get the haircut on Friday. So number one, the halacha is, are you allowed to get a haircut on Friday? The answer is absolutely yes. Why? Because the kavod Shabbos kodesh. I will mention, Lamaisa, I believe Rosh Zalman Auerbach wanted to say it's only after Chatzos. As after Chatzos and Friday, it's more nicker, it's more recognizable. That is Likovit Shabbos. However, in general, many paiskim are makel the entire day on Friday. So the question then is, okay, so you could get a haircut on Friday. So what happens, as we always mention, you give someone a finger, they want the whole hand. So now they say, okay, Rabbi, we can get a haircut on Friday. What about Thursday night? They said Thursday night, Friday. So this is very, very interesting. Comes along most paiskim, and they try to figure out what is the heter of Friday. What's the reason? Why do we makel? Is it like a mixas ayoim kikulai? Part of the day is a whole day. We know in Avelus Rahman al that when someone sits Shiva, many people get mixed up when they count the days of Shiva, because you forget that it's part of the day is a whole day. So if someone starts sitting Shiva on a Friday, for example, then they think that they're going to sit Shiva till Friday. It's a mistake. It's Thursday morning they stop, because you sit for one moment on Thursday that finishes the Shiva, because mixas ayoim kekuloi. So there's a lot of parallels that we don't have time to get involved in between halachas of Avelus. That's why we don't get haircuts now, because it's an Avelus time period. So there's many parallels that if one's shloishim, for example, finishes on a Sunday, on a Shabbos, can you get a haircut before Shabbos? Okay, let's just cut to the chase. The lemaisa is Friday is allowed. Thursday night, we'll go with what the way Shimon Kamenetsky writes it, and he writes the heter is kavod Shabbos. What does that mean? That means if lemaisa you can't get the haircut on Friday, you could be makel Thursday night. Why? Because it's the same kavod Shabbos. But if you could get the haircut on Friday, are you allowed Thursday night? The answer is no, because it's only for kavod Shabbos. Now, when originally I saw this about a week ago, I said to myself, Shabbos is so late. What is an example that you can't get a haircut on Friday. To me, it sounded absurd. Sounded like someone just being lazy, like, oh, I can't get a haircut on Friday. Why not? Shabbos is 8 o'clock at night. You have the whole day. So someone told me, and so now someone told me an interesting case, which just opens our minds, which maybe would be possible. He said that in the yeshiva, I think it was in Philadelphia, I think it was in Long Beach, the yeshiva is irrelevant. The detail is, there was one person that gave haircuts. So the whole yeshiva went to that guy, a bacher. Lamaisa is only that long you have from morning to Shabbos, and there's lots of guys in yeshiva. So that was a very good example that as much as they tried, he couldn't get everyone in for Friday. So they went to the Rosh Yeshiva, they said, can we get a haircut Thursday night? He said, if you can't do it on Friday, you're not mechayiv to go travel out to, who knows where to get some random guy give you a haircut. That would be an example. You get a haircut on Thursday night. So again, I don't know how far this goes. Your personal barber, again, I think it's a subjective shayla. If one is not able to do it on Friday, not that it's difficult, not that it's annoying. It's Friday, I understand. If one cannot on Friday, then there is room to be mekel on a Thursday night.
Let's say a bigger yeshiva.
Good. Then in malasot, as they say in English, there's nothing we can do, and you can't be more mekel than Thursday night. Thursday night is only kavod Shabbos. Now, part of the reason is, Tom, in a normal year, I just said that like when we start Spadein, you can't do the night before. The Paiskim do bring down, there is a makom to be mekel the night before, but that's the halachas. Halachas again, Friday one could get a haircut and shave. Now, could one listen to music on Friday? Well, again, not everything is connected to each other. You can't, let's not give other examples that you can't do. But no, you can't listen to music on Friday. The header is kavod Shabbos. So kavod Shabbos, you got a haircut. Kavod Shabbos, you shave. Are you allowed to do it Thursday night? If it's impossible on Friday, then the answer is allowed to do it on a Thursday night. Now, what about Motzei Shabbos? What about Motzei Shabbos? Meaning, whatever reason you couldn't do it on Friday. You're allowed to get a haircut Motzei Shabbos. So now let's think. In a normal year, you're not allowed to do it Leil Lag B'Omer. So this year should be any better? So Lemaisa comes along Rosh Zalman, comes along Rav Elyashiv. They say, no way. They say, in a normal year you can't do it. You cannot do it on this year. Fascinating. Comes along with Shmuel Kamenetsky. Absolutely incredible. Mutter le'estaper b'motzei Shabbos. It's mutter. Arguing in all the Gedolim. I mean, he's a Gadol. Gedolim are allowed to argue. Says Shmuel, what's pshat? He says, the reason is because once we allow the haircuts on Friday, it's ki'ilu nifsika avelas kvar be'erev Shabbos. It's as if the avelas ended. So why? So that you could do it lekavod Shabbos, and therefore even Motzei Shabbos would not to be aser. Even though Motzei Shabbos you don't have the svara of kavod Shabbos. Oh, very good. So Lemaisa, it's not really going to help us for music because the music is not going to be the kavod Shabbos. No, because you asked a good question. Oh, let me explain. The answer is always we have this split. Always we have that music and whatever is split. It's nifsika avelos with regard to haircuts. It's two different dinim. And therefore, Lamaisa, Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky is willing to be mekel. Interesting, Rav Daniel Asher Kleiman asks the Rebbe, asks Rav Shmuel, 1 second. It's a zilzul to Shabbos. And I think this is one of those things that we all grew up with. Maybe there was a time that we, got a haircut, cut our nails, shaved on a Motzei Shabbos, and maybe an overzealous beard came over to scream at us, oh, zilzul Shabbos. So, Rav Daniel Asher says, I asked the Rebbe, Danti lefnei ma'ariv Rabbi Shlita, the Efsher sheyesh lesser, maybe shviyaser, it's a bizayon to Shabbos. You went into Shabbos all unkempt and you shaved and took a haircut on Motzei Shabbos. Answers Rav Shmuel, Loi motzinu din ze klal b'paiskim. Does not exist. Ve'ein lechadish b'zeh chumra chadasha sheloi niskar. Don't make up chumros. It doesn't exist that it's a bizayin to Shabbos. It's true. But, meaning it might be in like a hashkafa if someone says, oh, Rabbi, I could get a haircut on Friday or Motzei Shabbos. The Friday is better. But for example, if on a Motzei Shabbos someone says, oh shoot, I didn't cut my nails. Well, you already missed Friday. You can't go back in time. You did what you did. Now, Lamaisa, are you allowed to? There's no Isser. Rav Daniel Asher then writes, I went and I looked everywhere, computer searches and whatnot. He says, Lamaisa, I did not find any sort of thing that it's Motzei Shabbos is Aser, and therefore it is not ulcer. Now, it might be a mukkah to be machmir, as we said, Rosh Zalman and Rav Yashiv are machmir, but that's a different detail. And the final din is, no, they're machmir because of lag ba'omer, not because of zilzal Shabbos. Now, the last thing is, at the end of the day, let's say someone says, am I allowed to just shave and get a haircut on Sunday? Meaning, what's the right thing to do? So it sounds like the minhag is to do it on Friday, l'kavod Shabbos. L'maisa, Rabbi Felder writes that at the end of the day, it is a machlekes. We don't have time to really explain this deeply. It's a machlekes, Marivayil and Maril. There is a machlekes here. Therefore, if one wants to wait till Sunday, he's allowed to. It's not usher to wait until Sunday. I also mentioned that Hasidim have a minhag even beyond all this, not to at all get a haircut like Baimer. That's a different. I'll be the Arizal. If you wonder, you're going to see that's dam in general, not to shave. But you'll see a Chassidish person, and you'll wonder why didn't he get the shave? Not the shave here, the shave here. And they have a minhag not to do anything like Baimer, and that's where it comes from. So the halacha l'maisa, up until till Erev Shavuos, Chassidim go all the way. Some are Mekel Shas Me'agbala for a different chumrah. That's Mishnah Berurah's chumrah. But Ma'aseh Chassidim go all the way till Erev Shavuos. They're machmer on both halves of Sfira, and they go all the way. And Matem Manayim, one who wants to be machmer, I guess that's a question between you and your wife in your Shalom Bayis, which is not for now. So the halacha, if someone's looking, blame it on that. The halacha l'maisa. Let's wrap it up. The halacha l'maisa is really one very simple line. Now that we have a little bit of depth to understanding. Lamaisa, you shave, you get a haircut on Friday, l'kavod Shabbos Kodesh. Should be done Thursday night. Not really optimally, unless you mamish can't do it on Friday. Could one do Motzei Shabbos if one needs to? Could one do Sunday if they need to? We'll just end with a one line on Lag Baimer. Mamish, one line that I heard today. I think we all know Lag Baimer is Hayid Sheba Hayid. Simple Jew, what in the world is Hayid? What is Hayid Sheba Hayid? I don't know, emanations and spheres and all these fancy English words that we have no clue what they mean, and radiances and whatever. But here it's so simple today. What's the word Haid? Haid comes the word Haida, to thank. Haid Sheba Haid. And obviously, you could go very deep with this in who was Rashbi and Tyrus Anistar and coming out of the cave the first time and burning down the world and then coming back the second time and realizing that through the Kiyam of the world, there was someone holding two Adasim, Zachar and Shamar, and they were both, had Torah and worked together. But Haid Sheba Haid is a day of Haidah. It's thanking Hashem. Whether it's because they stopped being nifter, whether it's because Torah was shalei nishtachach the Torah, whether it's because we have an entity called Torah Sanister, whether we understand it or not, but there's something in the world that, of course, elevates the whole world. So Haid Sheba Haid, in a very simplistic, simple level, I think something that we could connect to is Haidah, thanks, realizing the wonders that we have within the Torah, and B'siyat Shmaya, we should be zaycha to keep the halacha kidduv.